Danganronpa.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Welcome back to more of Danganronpa 2. Today is not actually the last episode. I did a little bit of off-camera research. Apparently Case 6 somehow has about an hour and a half before we actually get into the trial, but next time is the last one, we hope. Yeah, so I didn't spoil myself if anything happens in this next bit, so we're still going in blind, don't worry. But yeah, we ended on this cliffhanger, which was, yeah, I imagine we're in a game. I don't think there's any way we could, not be at this point. Or like a simulation or something like that, but I'm getting the impression. So, it would be wrong because it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. 3 members in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. Ah, how boring. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not Hajime speaking, is it? Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? No, we're not, Magito, never mind. Ships? That's right, that's it, so this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile, but under that thin skin I could detect a foul, offensive odor like some kind of putrid slime. Amen. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a small exclusive to those who were already finished. Ah, okay, nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone's wanted to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that. I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. Boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But if it's only me the first time to say that so suddenly, that's because I have luck as well. Oh, that's because I have luck as well, even. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Oak's Peak, too, right? So you're one of us. But that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How'd you end up here? How boring. Sorry, I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Yeah, no shit. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent to stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They're profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, the world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps, does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Oh, looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen, well, using people as a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me even now rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone amazing as you. So this is after Danganronpa 1, right? So... I'll theorize once this is done, but I'm getting ideas already. Oh! Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Hates? Then, explain your hand. Oh! Sister, what are those nails? Ah, this... the end of that bandage. It's a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with Ultimate Despair, my sworn enemy. I see, so you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy, and because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power, and for that I... Wait, huh? Do I hate her? That's strange. Huh? I look out the window, we're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I'm loved by Talon. But no matter what happens, it's no concern to me. I'll not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Huh, really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's pretty disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you're boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? Right. Well, ditto to my we're innocent. Nah, okay. Let's think. I think I can put this together in my head. So, I'm going to run off the assumption that we are in a game, because unless everybody is suddenly a clairvoyant, it wasn't just Hajime saying it. Like, unless we either got drugged or in a simulation, those like the two explanations, right? Simulation, game, whatevs. But whoever we were playing as, I'm going to call him Mystery Man, or MM. We'll call him MM. He had apparently Ultimate Despair with him in his pocket. So that's like, I guess if we were in a simulation, you could upload a virus, which I think checks out reasonably so. I mean, you gotta think, right? It's like, aha, yes, you're here for, but all of a sudden, you know, Monokuma virus, or presumably like the Junko virus. I don't know. No, because the bomb went off and she didn't show up, but like still, yeah, I don't know. I think either we're high on memory forgetting drugs, or we're in a simulation, which I think would explain a few things. Like, you know, the school walls falling away at the beginning and to take us to the beach like that. There's some stuff that would be explained as, okay, this isn't wacky, we're in a game, but I guess we'll find out as we go along. Huh? What is this? Oh! It's a door. There's a door! Huh, a door. Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? No, this happened really early into the game, didn't it? Am I wrong? No, because the game like glitched out when Hajime talked about his talent at the beginning of the game. What the fuck? Okay, huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? Yeah, we went through the door. I went inside the ancient room with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground, but then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Okay, I assume Monokuma's gonna speak. So maybe the game's got more corrupted, and that's what that timer was for.
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system.
Okay.
Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speech Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all.
Okay.
So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
I didn't expect this to... What? Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yeah, he definitely said it. He said, welcome to Hope's Peak Academy. But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Okay, well, I guess we can leave. It feels oddly weird to be back, but with like the different UI. It's like, it doesn't feel right. Ew. It's like, nah, I'm not used to that transition, man. What the fuck? Even the hallway doesn't feel like school at all. What a crappy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is really Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy I've admired for so long? It's a Broadway building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the Funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go and definitely clear things up. Okay, so we can't go into the Despair Hotel? I wanted to go to the Despair Hotel. Okay, so yeah, everywhere is just glitching out is where we're not going to go. Oh, we can't have a trial in the school one. Darn. I mean, can we? No. It was worth a try. It's worth a try. Worth a try. So it feels very weird to be back. I guess we can just hop in here then. That's not the gym. That's not the gym. Okay. First time here, definitely. Yes, all the doors really grave dark glitchy. Still weird to be back. Not very welcome, though. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I brace myself and cautiously open the door. Yeah, I feel as though... I don't know, whoever we were playing as, maybe they uploaded a virus into the simulation before they got put in? But, like... I don't know, I think... Like, how could you have ultimate despair on a thing unless, like, you did... Like, unless you pulled a FNAF where it's like, aha, the evil is actually stored in the metal because of the suffering. Yeah, I think I keep up with that all now. But, like, it was something like that, right? So it's like, I don't know, maybe, like, Junko was like, aha, I mean, I guess there are ways you could do it. There are ways you could make a virus just designed to emulate. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Too many unknowns. I'm trying to guess it in advance though. But I wasn't prepared for what was waiting me on the other side of the door. Is it the gym? Oh, we skipped the entrance hole. I love the entrance hole, man. It was a normal gymnasium. My gang.
Right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo.
You heard the announcement and came here too? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was supposed to be Academy or something?
That is...
That cannot be possible.
Well,
You're right.
yeah.
And you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How's it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Why, you...
You... Hey, where are we? Why'd you lock us up this time? What a shock. I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy. There's no way in hell that's true.
No, no.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it? Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, it fell into ruin. You were serious about that? I don't believe it. Good to see he's still here. But of course it all fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean? Yeah, anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope Peak Academy, and don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. He knows. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone. He's got to be referring to those two. Right, enough of this bullshit, just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? The master of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words...
It means... I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between? And what do you mean made?
What's this?
Oh, you mind getting the grumble that only knowledge can classify? Good, very good. As long as I'm sorry along for the graduation exam, it is in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. What is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, at the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On the one hand, I'm really happy that you guys are going to graduate.
are you sure?
But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So...
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh? We're obviously going to get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let's choose right now.
No.
You can do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey.
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I just burst all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, main cast is gonna hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. So he's waiting for somebody to show up. So if we're in a game, that could legitimately be anyone, right? Where they could just, like, spawn them in. I don't know. Like, I would imagine Junko's gonna appear, maybe? Or the other one. I mean, it'd be cool if we saw Mukuro, but... Also, there's more ultimate despair. We'll see. Even the setting had changed. Even if the killing was finished, it was still the same as usual. What's going on? Outside world and main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey,
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
what are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy for Tropical Island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be...
There's no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does it mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on this island. This building really is Hope's Peak Academy? Nah, it definitely wasn't on an island. This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. Oh, okay, my controller just decided to give up. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You've been chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak that you couldn't even see that? You're just someone from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. Nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's going to be solved. Is that what that means?
Hey.
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's a part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monami are on, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation was our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma.
However,
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
damn it.
Even if there are allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma's telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she couldn't betray the Future Foundation, but if she was still alive, she definitely would have helped us. Nah, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So, what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than the people dying.
Jeez.
Ugh, Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? He's going to investigate like we have been.
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Maybe I will, Nekamaru. Yeah, we might have to be able to learn something about Hope's Peak Academy. Or about ourselves. I don't care if I know anymore. Can we just go to our normal lives again, please? Can we go home when this is over, right? Can we finally get off this damn island? If that's the case, let's leave all this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. What this place is and what happened to Hope's Peak Academy. None of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. Agreed. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive so we could do just that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey, hey.
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all questions inside this damn building. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already going!
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
He'll be fine. There are no longer any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should do our best as well. Like they said, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez.
Ugh.
You're pathetic.
Akane already took off on her own. Might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then, let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gym.
excuse me.
I'll do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow and also left the
Oh
gym.
my.
Is it finally happening? Chiaki's gone. I need an investigation partner. Please. Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia.
Anyway, Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed and left the gym. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's gonna end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though we don't understand and that all of our horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely gonna go home. And... there it is. Okay. Mifei, I don't think there's going to be anything particularly interesting in the gymnasium, but we'll see. Oh! I too am a fan of what I call architecture. Oh! That's weird. This is the whole way I walked through to get to the gym, but it's clearly different. Is this what Akuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's goddamn persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. So, just doing a quick 180. Yeah, this is... I respect the fact that they did just like, nah, you are going back to Hope Speak Academy and you're gonna like it, and I love that. I love it. I'm loving it, they're right. This hallway, there is a strange feeling to it too, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement. Is it just me? I mean, I guess so. Do I get a map? I do not get a map. They said, no, you're going to be lost, disorientated, and most definitely confused. The WWE room. Please? Pretty please? No? Oh, it still has Raw written on the door, though. That's nice. I'm loving how this place looks. I mean, the visual effects are messing with my eyes a little bit too much for 10 PM, but you know, hey. You win some, you lose some. Can we get into the dojo? We can. Well, let's just check everywhere else first. I see, so this is going to be really structured then, right? So, if we investigate the dojo, teleport down to the 4th floor, investigate what's on there, work our way down to the 1st, I imagine? And then probably go to the class trial using the elevator from this, I would imagine. Is this a dojo? It's all strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Okay, what are you? What is this? This is a manga. The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope Speak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a bit suspicious looking title lying out in the open like this? Let's start with history class first. Reading manga is the 3rd best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought Monokuma made this, that totally explains how suspicious it looks. Everybody wants to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. Look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope Speak Academy's history as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to the academy. Hope Speak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students of Hope can attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Speak Academy's teachers who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Okay, that's new. Hope Speak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope Speak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts the students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most schools. Nevertheless, the Academy received an endless stream of applicants. The Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. For this, the Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began to further research talent, to create Hope Speak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when we thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Hope Speak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. I don't buy that. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that was suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, the phrase is mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these actually happened, right? The manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but nah, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about the things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those students, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, you're here again. And things weird as you, of course. Huh? Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you mean to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those students.
I got it.
Or you only sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. You think it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve course student. What the heck? Well, I guess we got something. We got a lesson in history. Okay, anything else in here? Not that I think would be interesting, barring maybe the walkers? I mean, let's see, is proof from the first game's case 5 in here? No. Okay, so I guess we can dip on out. And 4th floor now, right? No, never mind. That's weird. So what else can I do then? Because I've not got a map, which is gonna... Oh, hi!
What's going on?
This hallway is kinda creepy. I can't go to places that I shouldn't be able to go. It's like the rules being enforced for no reason. It's like this invisible wall or something. We're in a video game, I'm telling you, bro. Oh my god, he's glitching onto my screen. I took him with me. Can I do that again? And then I can take him with me. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm not complaining about that. Okay, now can I go into the WWE room then? No? No. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. Like, what about you? You're not open, though. Again, I wish I had a map, but... Game is saying no. Like, I feel as though I should be able... Oh, no, 5A is here, too. That wasn't the room with all, the entire massacre in, was it? No. There's another book. Okay. This is another manga, it's lying on top of the desk. This one is... Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other one, too? So that's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger of the most biggest, tragic, and awful events in human history. If I read this manga, we'll be able to learn a little bit more about that incident. I'm interested about this. I took the manga from the desk and began flipping through the pages, to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly he was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents, including superior talent for the hope of mankind. The Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. Okay. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of his origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely aware of his existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for her horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by him. Yeah. Average Wednesday. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect his superior talent and conceal the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of the Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they were treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. That's the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to the horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited, Danganronpa 0. Okay. So, were we playing as him in the prologue then? Because, Either way, with a heavy sigh I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony. For a genius knows the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A town like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. I mean, no, actually, we couldn't have been, because you would think, okay, maybe he was misguided. Like, it sounds like he was maybe slightly experimented on. But I don't know, the fact that he'd, want to try and sabotage this project by bringing the Junko virus or whatever it'll be, doesn't click. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's being... Oh, we'll see. It's not like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Well, you should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But, ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that too before, but it looks like it's something completely different here. Well, Nagito said the true meaning of hope was, but for Izuru, hope similarly means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here he said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? Nah, that's not possible. There's no way, I have no reason to do something like that. I mean, the question is if you're grouped in, Hajime, if you're from the reserve department, somebody clearly had to, die or drop out of the main thing for him to get subbed in. I don't know. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? Or, what if one of the people on the student council was in class 77, I think this one is? 77B? A? It's one of them? It's got a letter. And then Hajime was subbed in to replace them. And I mean, I suppose it could have been the same with like Danganronpa 1's cast. I mean, there's all we'd know. And then, you know, assuming there's 2 classes for each year, yeah, I mean, it could work out that Hajime was the replacement for one of the student council people who died. Oh, I'm sorry. Behave. My controller may actually be entering its end of life, which is kind of concerning, but, you know, we're gonna push on. Behave. Behave. A. Okay, correction, my controller may actually be dead. Give me 1 moment whilst I unplug it back in. Like, genuine question to the people in the audience, why does that work as effectively as it does? Like, what's the reason? What's the purpose? I'd love to know. Anyway, wait for the light to go off, we'll get back in, give it 3 seconds, and we're back. Oh, we gotta trim that? Only if I remember. What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? Presumably Junko. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep on piling up. Well, I guess we can leave. So we're not going. Oh, so what if the? Yeah, what if that room that was full of like blood in the first game? I mean, maybe that's unlocked now. But this room, right, that had a little blood in it, so what if that was the student council room? Weird as it may sound, oh my god, we can go in the bio lab, okay. Okay, I see you. But what if that was the site of that? I mean, that would make sense. Also, I'm sorry, is that effing monarch? They're hiding them even in this chapter. Anyway, what the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. Let me just stand still, I'm not freezing to death. I should hurry investigate so I can get out of here already. Another manga, seriously. I understand I meant to be in education, but for the love of Christ, stop making me read.
I've been found.
Ditto. And okay, that one looks freaky. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Bank of Morons again. I know what this next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful. Yep. Let's get to reading. I'm gonna skim the repetitive parts. Ooh, loving this background. This was used earlier in the game when Nagida was moving from the right side to the left, right? I know this. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the tragedy. Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. The first uprising by the reserved course students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community wasn't limited to just students, and people of various races and nations began joining in, but the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest, but as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities at least came to light. But then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became the only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions brutally murdered the strong. As violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. Ah, okay, I see. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time they would realize what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How can a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of making hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread it, and powerful influentials created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. Okay. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, tragic event in history, that was definitely all made up. I mean, if this really is true, then what's happening in the outside world now? My family, friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favourite restaurant. What happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously manga manga? How crazy are you? Why do you enjoy reading something like that?
What?
Oh, you don't like manga? A high school student doesn't like manga. It's like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. No, what is this? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. this incident really happened and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. But if you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant when he said at the beginning. Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're going to graduate. On the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's what I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave this island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps. No, that's definitely it. Okay. See, that filled in like a little brick in my brain. So let's imagine that we're in a simulation, which I feel is like kind of sold at this point. Would it be the case that we were initially put in here for one purpose and then the virus came in? What if that purpose was like specifically to foster hope? Because before Monokuma comes in, she's like, be friends, love, hope fragment, hope fragment, hope fragment. Like, are they trying to generate, like one group is the ultimate despair, and then Junko's talent is ultimate despair? Are they trying to, like, around this ultimate hope guy, make a group of people that act as a group of ultimate hope to fight off the tragedy? Would be my guess? Because I know it kind of feels like a training program if this is a game, and then it ties into... I don't know, I feel so that'd be right, and then Monokuma hijacks it because one of them is savvy enough to do that, or is, like, part of ultimate despair. I don't know. Again, I feel that the guy we played at the start is going to have a relevance in it. Either way, whether or not this actually happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who had guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group. If they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they're actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, the killings were involved and connected to them as well. It's no use, I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. On to the 4th floor? No, okay. They bloody love this floor, don't they? That was close, I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Elsewhere, ideally. Let's see, that you're still locked. I'll check the classroom on the left, but I imagine the bio garden's not going to be open, right? No? Like, this is just reading books. I would love it to be a bit more, I don't know, involved with my classmates. It seems Monokuma's just giving me an exposition, and I'm like, what? Ask and you shall receive. I should ignore it. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see him. How you doing? Ugh. I know inside this room this bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way. So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't wanna do it either. Guess I have to. If I really must. I'll take one for the team. Why hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasantly well. You're pleasingly well. You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga, can you forgive me for not telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning, I don't know where your shitty mangas are in the first place. I thought you didn't like manga as like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what do you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. It's about Ultimate Despair. Huh? Now, even though the team Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was originally titled for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl? Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima? As for the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brewing with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There's only one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people join some functional organization created by a high school girl. Case in point. Humans are obsessed with others with their philosophy, having an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it, and yet, like, of all people you should know for Yuhiko. And that holds true for her. With her charismatic abilities to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Okay. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat. And what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they do what they did without any purpose. It was just her. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about a purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie, Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Nishima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, she recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to her. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children, they dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Nishima's name. For instance, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopefully top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. Okay, that last comment about injuring themselves is interesting. Because at the beginning of the chapter, Nagito had apparently stole a woman's arm. And he said he hated a woman and sawed her arm off, so that was Junko's arm he had on. But in order for him to do that, does that mean he was one of the ultimate despairs? Because, I don't know, what are those guys think? Yeah. Professional opinions? Who knows? I would imagine that makes sense, though. Like, yeah. But the question is, it's like, okay, does that mean by prox... I mean, it makes sense if she's, like, working inside Hope's Peak, like, where are you gonna get people to easily influence, like... I don't know. Like, if Nagito was one, is there anybody else in the class who was one? Other than Mikon? Oh, that just clicked. Oh. Oh. So when Mikon remembered, she became the ultimate despair, right? So, is that why all of our memories are gone? Because if we remembered, we would have gone back to being brainwashed into all being ultimate despairs. Yeah! Oh. Now, Fuyuhiko never commit a crime. I'm clearly tweaking. There's always something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Final days?
In other words,
she has the power to change people's values. That's also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They filled their roles as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department... Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. We'll have a quick drink to process that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the problem. So if Hajime was one of those reserve corps students who was taking part... Oh, are we gonna have the old maiden where it reveals that, yeah, Hajime's been dead the entire time? Lol. If you leave this island, you will die. Is that what we're going with this? Because we gotta assume... Okay, Monica said the stuff that we find was the truth. He didn't say that everything he said would be the truth. But if we take that as, like, fact, and Hajime did, in fact, you know, Huh. I know, I feel like that's... Oh, that's a big one, man. Alright, caffeine in my system, let's go. Self-deletion. All 2,357 students? It wasn't all of them, one person was excluded. Well, one person was excluded, huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair. Junko Nishima. Doesn't scare me at all, I mean... She's already dead! Ooh. Huh? Ultimate despair denied to the truth bullet section of your handbook. How do you know she's already dead, for Yukiko? Okay, reserve department. How do you know she's dead? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Nishima is really dead? Oh, you didn't see. There's a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait, was that what you said about the killing school life? Ah, Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey.
If you remember about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima. Okay, it's starting to click now. It's starting to click, because last time, I could be wrong at the very end, they made a specific focus on how many of us were left. It was 5, right? Yeah. Oh no, they made a specific reference. The fact that we're down to the same amount now is interesting, because at the end of that game they all came together with hope. So, I'm putting it together very slowly. Was this like a kind of way to weed out the ones that weren't worth keeping around? And then like kind of rehabilitating the guys to have hope to beat the despair that they were given, assuming they were brainwashed by Junko? In which case, if that means Nagito wasn't worthy. The mastermind took her own life, which means she's dead. It turns out that killing school life was part of that whole biggest most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of 4 students at Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. 4 students at Hope's Peak Academy, and then she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing is being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. Zlimmit's being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. The students at Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope, and forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. They're trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. That master plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost the students he placed in a trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then she's no more. I don't like these panbacks, man. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? Piecing it together very slowly. So what if the virus that was put in was meant to stop us getting rehabilitated? Or, if it was for a different reason, it was meant to... Okay, no, never mind. Scratch that. So let's assume everybody was originally meant to live as per Future Foundation's plan. Let's assume the virus that was put in was Monokuma was to make a new Ultimate Despair because Junko was dead. Which... does that pan out? I'm trying to think, could that still tie together, like, if the class was the Ultimate Despairs? We know Nagito was. Is Monokuma's new objective to try and keep some of the Ultimate Despairs around, but maybe because it's a virus it's been, like, limited in what it can do, it's like, it needs to, like, build up force, hence the timer, but it can only do so much, so it whittles, gets 5, we're in business. And then you can go band for band with the first game's cast. If the first game's cast come out with hope, maybe the objective for this one is to make, this time win and have them all be despairs. I think. But who is our enemy? I'd love to know. My Xbox controller was begging for the sweet release of death, by the way, just thought you guys would love to know. It's like, please, sweet prince, I'm begging you. I'm begging you here, man. I got Danganronpa to record. Can you be nice? Can you be nice? Okay, so everything, it just... Have we walked in? Okay, no, so it just can't be bothered. It's just tweaking. It's the buttons work. It just doesn't want to just doesn't want to go. Just doesn't. Really, we're doing this again. Really, why? Why must you treat me this way? Why must you be so mean? Oh, okay. I should probably try and buy a new one of these. Yeah, that Y. I just realized the Y is detaching. That's not good. Maybe the real Ultimate Despair was my controller that I got to play 2 of these games. I could have played the next game on keyboard, man. That'd be torture. That'd be torture. Okay, and are we in business? We're in business. If Junko Enoshima is already dead, the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind us are the followers of Junko carrying out her will. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble the killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that. An imitation. If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. If this really is an imitation, those surveillance cameras the same too. Oh, good point. Cameras all over Jabberwock Island. And they're broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life. Oh, this is hefty, man. I'm expecting to get bombarded with lots of smaller evidence, but we're just getting, like, piles and piles of war dump. Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I wouldn't really
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time you're getting closer to clearing my character out. You're not making sense again.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the inside and outside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Red flags, presumably. Let's get out of here. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Like, maybe this ends... There it is. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. So sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. So, Akane, how you doing? Akane switching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened? Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who? I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. And Monica did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Okay, so... duly noted, I guess. Let's see what doors are open. Again, I wish I had, like, a map, but, oh, I think we must be getting to the end of this just purely by the amount of distortion on my screen. Like, you've... At some point, I assume it's going to overwhelm us to the point where it's like, nah, get this man in a trial. Still, I should probably stop yapping as much as I am, and ooh! Are they finally going to use the music room? They didn't last game. I mean, they technically did this game, but... whoa. This looks like the music room. In fact, I can see something strange. Yeah, it's an obelisk. Looks like it's some sort of monument, or would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is a symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope Speak Academy. We're among the many who established the Future Foundation. So when he says main cast, they're very much alive Byakuya. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself now. Okay, I'm back. My control decided to go on the fritz again, but the Future Foundation was established by graduates of Hope Speak Academy. Aren't they known as World Ender? That's completely different. Monokuma, he completely made that up! Okay, see, now we're getting some more rapid-fire evidence. Evidence. What is the hologram, though? What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there were a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible, but we don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Ashima rallying them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we're still investigating the details of their origins and haven't located them either. We'll continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we've received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Shiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they were talking to someone from another world. What happens about outside Jabberwock Island? If that one is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like it might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Yeah. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. We were founded by graduates of Hope's Peak, and they took it in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. Though as long as he was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despair, of course, the biggest, most awful, most tragic events in human history. If you could stop saying that, Hajime, I would love you. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Ashima are making us go through this. Also, it's got my attention in the email, too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's this about? I mean, I know earlier they were meant to be building a building, but we couldn't find the building, so I guess that's probably the real one that was built on. Only the Future Foundation facility we found was an ancient ruin. There's no way that research facility, if there really is one, it should be yeah. Somehow there's still too many mysteries. And leave here, yes please. Yes please. Third floor, third floor, third floor, fourth floor. Ditto. But Hajime, you would have seen Eye Doctor Man, you have glaucoma. And it's terminal, I'm afraid. So let's see, I was kind of expecting to let us in that room. I don't know, I feel like this is their chance to use more of Hope's Peak that they didn't the first time round. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, I suppose we did use the faculty office. I'm kind of racking my brain from stuff from a few months ago, though. Ooh. This feels different from a classroom. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room has kind of stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I didn't see her anywhere. How long is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Just give it up already. Yeah, please. There are more pressing matters at hand, i.e. myself. Anyway. Yeah, there's something written on that blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are the names I've seen before. Okay, why is a newspaper with Hiyoko in up? This newspaper posted on the blackboard beyond that Hiyoko Seonji is written on there. What is this newspaper? She looks markedly different. Is that just me? What is this? This is Miss Hiyoko Seonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper, in the way I can see the resemblance, but her height and figure is too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? Huh? This looks pretty mature. Hiyoko's older sister or something. No, it says Hiyoko here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same name. I mean, that's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it yourself, that's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister? Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Seonji family's only daughter. If she didn't have a sister and a relative, it was still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's her. Huh?
Of course not.
What are you saying? She doesn't have a body like that. I mean, Tuesday was for... Unfortunately, she got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today,
Well,
I'm
regardless.
feeling white.
Everything I've provided is true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth. If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper. Is she really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist? Yeah, unless we run a simulation and that's from outside. Could it be it's really just that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
Yes, if it says subjects, maybe that means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change her body? Oh, what am I saying? Just thinking that loud makes it sound like messed up. What experiment? If there's some kind of experiment, it would mean we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the whiteboard in the list of subjects. I mean, list of subjects is kind of damning. What kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
What's going on? It's been honest to have anything to do with time travel. You never know. Still obtained under the truth bullet. List of subjects as the truth bullet section of your handbook. Lovely. So, there's still some other things that look suspicious, like what? Like where? The portrait? Oh! Izuru Kamakura. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name extension to the placard says Hope's Peak Academy founder Izuru Kamakura. The founder of Hope's Peak Academy, and that's his name. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. I mean, maybe they just named the new one they made after the founder. I mean, that checks, I think. Okay, and Kazuichi Soda, I require your opinion on everything ever in history. This subject seems really dangerous. Don't tell me all this killing is gonna have some scientific conclusion like it's some experiment. You never know. Now, what's on the screen? There are letters floating in the air like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. Guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they've lost Junko and Ashima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy is not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko and Ashima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Cool. So, okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime, you can go on to the next stage. I was eyeing a Monokuma in the corner, though. I'm getting him first. And, oh, halfway there, Hajime Hinata breaks through level 50. Fair enough. I mean, that would make the level thing make sense, too, if we were in a game. Okay, but 4-3. I think we must have this and one more, right? Oh, damn it, not again. Always different from last time. Guess when that flag Monokuma mention is raised, I move to a different hallway than the last. I see what you're doing there. That's not supposed to be confused by that. Thinking about it's just going to make my head spin. True. Oh, no, this is the floor where we lost Taka. Okay, I'm loving the makeover they're giving this place. It is, however, slightly sickening to look at. And I love the windows, too. God, look at the freestyle hanging method I see. Interesting, for sure. Are we in space now? Is a billiard table or dartboard on a shelf lined with magazines? It's hard to not think this actually exists inside a school. Email. This hologram again. What's this one say? Looks like another email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we've finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we were unable to ask them about specific details and unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some were wounded, so it seems certain they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they were the same age as the others, so we've decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We'll continue with the investigation. Once they're discovered, we will eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Right? So, are we the remnants of despair then? Going off my previous theory. I mean, it says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Virus. Well, I guess it's impossible that the Future Foundation set all this up.
What's this?
As you may. If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna set a toothache and collapse. It's your fault! What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're their emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. Virus. You can even do that. Whoever's controlling you seems to have many talents.
no.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. Surely then you should connect everything with what's happening right now. And then that file too. It's filed with Hope's Peak Academy seal on it. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why are we even asking a question like that? He's obviously responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. Okay, is this Izuru? For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into many talents. Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use these fruits of the labour to further our true goal. With our hands we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Surely this program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms that I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy is behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Okay. Maybe not, maybe so. But I guess we can get out of here. Second floor? Oh. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. Pretty much used to it by now, but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming of something? I mean, this is totally disconnected from reality. Now, I think we must be... Akane. You've seen better days, I'll admit. It's so close. It's very close. Someone's coming. Akane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely real close. At least, that's what my gut is telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see. My gut feeling is... they're both.
Yo,
He's right. They're both. How?
you.
I don't know any details. It's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. Okay. Where do we go? You think I remember the second floor of this place? I mean, I do. It's where Chihiro died. Apologies for that's a spoiler for you. Speaking of which... we're going to Byakuya's favorite place. Library. Okay, somebody's added the white stroke effect around all the books. This must be the library. Monokuma probably left something here too, so I should hurry up and find it. I'm hearing emails. Hillary Clinton's ringing. She wants to delete them. This hologram again. Must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it, there's no doubt it's another clue. The Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Hiya. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason, do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these guys alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully, you guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. And once we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Sabayaki is definitely on the cards, right? No, I can be delusional. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi, but he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Okay, but he was called the Ultimate Hope at the end of the first game, so... Is he a Zuru? It could be. It could be. I don't know. Anything else? I mean... Leave her? I mean, I guess we can. That door wasn't open, I don't think, was it? Okay, where else can we go? Can I just say, whoever designed this school did an absolutely appalling job and should be fired. Clearly they were not the ultimate architect. Oh, okay. Oh. We're in the dorms now. Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm in a laundry room. Like, what are you gonna do about it? You know, it's like, it is how it is. Tablet PC and Junko's magazine. This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power is on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining. Ooh, Neo World program. Yeah, this word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. Now, I'm not going to say I called it. But what I am going to say is, if I say enough words, eventually some of them are right. Behave. Thank you. The New World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. Behave. I just want you to know, the true ultimate despair is my Xbox controller. Why? Why do you keep dying? I'm sorry, it's like, the fact I move... Oh, and now you work fine. I will deck you. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist are among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. So that's what we're in then. Also, Ultimate Programmer, she's dead as hell. He's dead as hell, man. Additionally, the New World program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the virtual world. Therefore, it's possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through use of the virtual world. However, this device for psychotherapeutic purposes only, and the other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, using the device risks total personality destruction. This extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Unless you upload a virus into it, slowly everything around me turns black. Synthetic virtual world. Program. A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is... despair. I'm not doing that because it's 11 PM. I scream loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept that. I'm starting to accept it. There's no way. Something as crazy as this actually exists. You're gonna raise the flag some more in order to clear my character out. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up. Including me too. Neo World program has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. So if that's the case, when the people die in here, does that mean that their personalities get destroyed? Because if that's the case, that's kind of fucked. Because that means I assume that means that we're the remnants of despair getting therapy, and one of them was like, nah, we'd all rather die than be normal. Lamau, killing School Trip. I don't know, it's trippy. It's trippy.
Hiya.
Hey, how you doing? Are you enjoying the Killing School trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you, world that truly deserves to be called a game. Gays only, what you knows can save them. And the world is not what you're gonna do, what's gonna happen. Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart throbbing? Look forward to it. This hallway. When I first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classrooms to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... I'm sorry, if they've decreased the allocation to 4 bits. 8-bit bug. Nah, this just doesn't have bits anymore. Oh, hi, Sonia. We've been wondering where you are. There's been chillin', just investigationing. Yeah?
Well?
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all of the bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it'll become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden?
Oh my.
Huh? I'm not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? Should we manipulate it to say that so we become aware of it for the trial? And oh my god, the one door that's illuminated is this. But we can't go in. Really? You're gonna do this to me in this economy and get your ass over here. I'm collecting you for my collection. Oh, no, I guess he's the real one. The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. And this is the room that Makoto wakes up in the first game, right? 1B. Except this time, it's in the 60s. Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? And the moment I looked at that object... Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. It's a phone. Uh-huh. Oh, no identifier linked. Oh, hi. Fujisaki Chihiro. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person! A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm an artificial intelligence program. It'd make me happy if you call me Alter Ego. That's the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego, artificial intelligence program? I'm the master program behind the Neo World program. Okay. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the Observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I cannot exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I have the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing, and because of the fact the world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. There's that feeling again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet at the ground, like I can't even believe in my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program? The Neo World program has submitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world, such as only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That's why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ugo, if I'm able to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears the space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you two. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unusual. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know much about the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words. I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make even much more sense if this was a fictional world. Huh. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What is the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It's used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope. But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it's possible to remove any time period you set it to, and from there you'll load the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to. So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why are all school memories taken away? There is a reason for that, right? That's a mystery to me too. Putting the program out of the survivors of Hope Peak Academy whilst it's still in the experimental stage. I'm sure there was a good reason. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. You saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us, but they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. So is she what was running Osami then? All these no-walls make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the New World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as the teacher and one of the students. I'm with you. They were intended to gather participants in this way. By the way, the Observer and the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. The Observer and the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everybody else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, you can create the rules of this world and manage them. If the teacher properly manages the rules they've created, there's no risk of any abuse. But because the virus infecting everything, that changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The New World program would have promised an eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it's already knowing what I'm attempting to. In the end, it's all portion of my abilities, which contain my authority to build the world. It was like a Grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight it back so it wouldn't have complete control, but even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's talking about Monokuma Rock in the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with it. Which means this supposed virus was so smart it surpasses Alter Ego. Uh-oh. If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Double uh-oh. Oh, damn it, what the heck. An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one. That's so freaking irritating. But how that virus infected the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. Info certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically. Okay, so that guy from the start of this episode had a USB in his pocket, I imagine. Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility, and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's what's most likely to have happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. What am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. And the Neo World program has been added in your handbook. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. And I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the set procedure and... Okay, even if it's just a guarded machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more. Suppose it exists between life and death, and the death of itself is inevitable, so it can be parallel to. The deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship from that paradigm. Change results by being cut off rapidly, creates a simulation where your existence is unobservable, and accelerating crosses with the joint ownership of the world and the situation from the context invites your death. Hey? I'm guessing what was approaching has shown up then. Hey? What? What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? The problem of having 2 protagonists interact is the fact that I did not do a different voice for either of them, so this is going to be fun. Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through Alter Ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted, but even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us. I really want to save you right away, but because of this virus's interference, I couldn't. Our runs are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The New World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. Even if this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to and believe you're there listening to me. But first I should apologise to you all. I know apologising won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realising until it was too late. It's just not the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But that was the only way to save you all. I want to save you guys. Save us? What did you want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. 11037, that's the number we found at Nezumi Castle. Okay, if Makoto's running this makes more sense, because that would be the last message that Saika left for him. The door of the ancient room was supposed to open after you finished gathering all the hope fragments. From there you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared the password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in the place where the teacher role wouldn't be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase the password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set that password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will be you all. I'm entrusted it's your future. If that person is trying to abuse that graduation exam, I'm sure they're going to trust you with the spare using the graduation exam that's waiting you. I don't want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario where an observer has the role of teacher who goes rogue, I've had a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown. Ooh. The fact that the music stopped there really like unnerves me because it's like so it was saying before how it's like kind of temperamental and experimental, not really finished, right? Does forced shutdown kind of, you know, fry our brains? Is that what this is going to be, or is it going to be a coin toss? But I don't know. The music stopping there does not make that sound like a good thing. Are you still playing up? No. Okay, I think my wife's ringing. I have to buy a new Xbox controller. Forced shutdown. Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need 1/2 the number of people. In order to do that, in order to get that number, I've killed... And I imagine we're getting pulled in. So, yeah. Oh, just more death. See, Monokuma was saying that before we got teleported here. He could be mess... You're just saying death again.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what's that weird just now? Nothing, really. I see.
Anyway...
That's all the hint you're gonna get. It's not gonna... If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. Aha. So that was real Makoto then. You guys have a weapon. A very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use it. That's the only thing I can do. Is to prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use it. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? What do we have to do our best at? The mystery's getting solved. I'm starting to see the truth. What are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? You're not working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear, but still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings, too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't that all be meaningless, too? When the world is flipped over, it becomes so irrational. What am I supposed to do? The fact that they use the Leon password is crazy to me. And shutdown sequence. Well, I guess we can leave, but I think... All building first floor still. I expect it. I knew it was coming. You could, like... I could tell. Oh, okay, so it malfunctions if I put it on my right knee.
So,
Good to know.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam.
Bro.
Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope Speak Academy.
I'm so proud. They took the opportunity.
See you soon.
They took the opportunity. A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what all that all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I just need to focus on that. Okay. Well, I was hoping to finish this by 11. It's 11. So I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go back to the main menu. So, that was a lot to take in. Shorter than normal for an investigation, I'll admit, but, yeah. Do I entirely understand what's happening? No. But I think I've got the gist. So my current theory is that somehow Junko manipulated us into becoming remnants of despair whilst we were at Hope's Peak Academy. Presumably, if I'm... Yeah, the time will not match, I'm sure. Because she's not in our class, so she'll be probably in a different way. She probably did something. So we're remnants of despair, yada yada yada. We get captured by the Future Foundation, they're gonna kill us. Makoto butts in, puts us in the New World program to presumably rehabilitate us. But before he does that, somebody sticks the virus in that corrupts the program to presumably stop us from getting rehabilitated or frying our brains each time we die. Is my thought process. So we'll see if that's right. I feel probably there'll be something wrong with it, but that seems compelling enough to me. Still, I wonder who we saw at the beginning of the chapter. I would say it was Azuri, but he was Ultimate Hope. Unless he got tricked into becoming Ultimate Despair? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's it for now. So, of course, as usual, like, comment, subscribe. It always helps to mention. Until next time, with all that said and all that aside, thanks for watching. My name has been Neremik. See you next time for what is presumably the finale, and peace out.